A very good morning to all the students. This video for the class 7 subject science chapter number 6, that is physical and chemical changes. This is your lecture number 3rd. So in this lecture we will be covering some topics. So the topics to be covered are, so the first topic, that is pretext activity. We have the 4 activity here that we are going to cover in this video one by one. Next is rusting of iron. So let's start with the first topic, pretext activity, or the first activity, that is 6.5. So the material required for this activity are hacksaw blade, a pair of tongues and a gas stove. So the procedure of this activity is, first hold a used hacksaw blade with a pair of tongues, then keep the tip of the free end of the blade on the gas stove, then wait for a few minutes. So the question that is arising here, does the color of the tip of the blade changes? Then remove the blade from the flame, and again the question is arising here, observe the tip once again. So the observations are, the color of the blade changes if you heat one end of the hacksaw blade over the flame, then the tip of the blade become red hot. Okay. So and the second question is, if you remove it from the flame after some time, what will happen? Then when the blade removed from the flame, then the color of the blade gets back to the normal, or it's changed into a gray color, its original form. So heating of a hacksaw blade is a physical change which can be reversed easily. Moving on, our next activity, that is activity 6.6. So the material required for this activity are thin strip of a magnesium or a ribbon of magnesium, flame, sandpaper, water, or litmus paper. So the procedure is, first get a small piece of a thin strip or a ribbon of magnesium, then clean its tip with a sandpaper, then bring the tip near the flame. It burns with a brilliant white light. When it's completely burnt, it leaves behind a powdery ash. So the question is, does the ash look like the magnesium ribbon? So the change can be represented by this equation. When the magnesium reacts with oxygen, this oxygen is present in the atmosphere, so it's form a magnesium oxide. This magnesium oxide is nothing, it's just a powdery ash. Okay, as you can see in this picture, when we heat this magnesium ribbon, then it burns in the brilliant white light. Okay, so the observation is, yes, the powdery ash called as magnesium oxide, this is a new substance that is formed here, so it's a chemical change. Then collect the ash or a powdery ash and mix it with a small amount of water. Then stir the mixture as well. Then test the mixture with the blue and the red litmus paper. So the question that is, does the mixture turns red litmus into the blue, or does the mixture turn blue litmus into red? So the observation is, when the ash is dissolved in water, it forms a new substance, that is magnesium hydroxide. So the equation is here. The change can be written in the form of following equation. The magnesium oxide, it's a ash, powdery ash. When it reacts with water, it forms a magnesium hydroxide. So the change is chemical. So the question that is arising here from this activity is, does the mixture turn red litmus into blue, or does the mixture turn blue litmus into a red color? So the observation of this question is, red litmus turns into the blue color, but blue litmus remains unchanged, because the red litmus turns blue under the basic conditions, but blue litmus turns into red under the acidic condition. But here the new substance that is formed is magnesium hydroxide, is a base. So the blue litmus remain unchanged. Conclusion is, magnesium hydroxide is a base. Moving on, next activity, that is activity 6.7. So the material required for this activity are copper sulfate, sulfuric acid, or a nail. So the procedure for this activity is, first dissolve about a teaspoon of a copper sulfate or blue vitriol in about half of a cup of water or in a glass tumbler. Then add a few drops of a dilute sulfuric acid to the solution. Then you should get a blue colored solution. Then save a small sample of the solution in a test tube or a small glass bottle. Then drop a iron nail or a used shaving blade into the remaining solution. Then wait for a half an hour. Then observe the color of the solution. Compare it with the color of the sample solution and saved separately. So the color of the solution from the blue to green is due to the formation of iron sulfate, that is a new substance formed here. So the brown deposit on the iron nail is copper, that is another new substance. We can write this reaction as a, when the copper sulfate solution, that is a blue color, reacts with the iron or a nail, it forms a product, that is iron sulfate solution, that is in a green color, plus copper is also produced, that is brown deposit. So the brown deposit that is present on the iron nail is a copper, that is a new substance that is formed here. Okay. So the observation for this activity, the color of the solution changes into the green color after half an hour. Then iron has a brown deposit on it. So the conclusion of this activity is, the copper sulfate and iron react to form a new substance, that is iron sulfate. So the iron gets the brown deposit on it and a new substance is formed. As you can see here, when the sulfuric acid, few drop of sulfuric acid into the copper sulfate, then a blue colored copper sulfate solution is formed. Then put an iron nail in this copper sulfate solution and observe them. So the color of the solution changes from blue to green. Then a brown colored deposit on the iron nail. Okay, so the iron sulfate and the copper metal deposit, so both are the new substance. So it's a chemical change. Moving on our last activity, that is activity 6.8. So the material required for this activity are vinegar, a baking soda and a test tube. Here is the procedure of this activity. First, take about a teaspoon of a vinegar in a test tube. Then add a pinch of a baking soda to it. Then you would hear a hissing sound and see the bubbles of a gas coming out. Then pass this gas through freshly prepared lime water. Then what will happen to the lime water? So the change in the test tube is as when the vinegar reacts with the baking soda, it's formed carbon dioxide and other few substances are formed. Then again, the reaction between the carbon dioxide and the lime water is when the carbon dioxide react with the lime water, it form a calcium carbonate plus water. When the carbon dioxide is passed through the lime water, the calcium carbonate is formed, which makes lime water milky. So the observation of this activity are the new substance that is formed which makes lime water milky is calcium carbonate. As you can see here, when we add a pinch of a baking soda into a vinegar in a test tube, you will hear a hissing sound and see the bubbles. You can see here the bubbles forming. So the bubbles are of the carbon dioxide gas, which is one of the new substance that is formed. Okay, then we can carry out another chemical change by passing the carbon dioxide gas produced in the above reaction through the lime water. The lime water turns milky as a new substance calcium carbonate gets formed. So the chemical change that takes place can be represented as the following equation that we had discussed in previous slide, that the carbon dioxide reacts with the lime water form the calcium carbonate plus water. Okay, please note that the lime water turning milky is a standard test for confirming the presence of carbon dioxide, as no other gas can turn the lime water milky. Okay, so moving on our second topic of this lecture, that is rusting of iron. Rusting is a chemical change that takes place when iron metal come in contact with air and water, or we can say a damp air. During this chemical change, a new substance is formed, that is iron oxide, which is commonly known as rust. So the rust can be represented by this equation. When the iron reacts with the oxygen, this oxygen present in the atmosphere, and the water, it form a iron oxide. The reddish brown layer on the iron, that is the iron oxide. Then for rusting, both oxygen and water are essential. Rusting is an undesirable change which slowly eats away the iron object and make it useless. The rusting of iron is faster in the coastal region because the air in these areas contains more water vapor. So the salt in the water also make the process of rust formation faster in the coastal region. So the iron object kept in the sea water rust very fast. Okay, so the ships are made up of iron. You all know that ships are made up of iron, and since most the part of the ship stay under the sea water, so it's rust very quickly. Now we are discussing the homework solution of lecture number 3 that I had given to you in a previous class. So the first question is, water freezes to make a snow. So the change here is physical change, because here the state of water is being changed, that is liquid into solid form. So it's a reversible change. Second, a cake is cooking is a chemical change, because cooking of a cake with the different ingredients give a new substance, that is cake. The third is food is digested. So change here is chemical change, because chemical change are mostly irreversible, and here the food is digested, so we can't get the original food again, so it's a chemical change. Next, a puddle of water evaporates. It's a physical change, because the state of water changes here into liquid to water vapor, so it's a physical change. Next, lighting the gas in a Bunsen burner, that is also a physical change, because gas is lighted in a Bunsen burner, then it can be switched off, so it can be again lighted, so it's a physical change. Burning your toast is a chemical change. Is a chemical change, because when the toast is burned, then we can't get the original toast as it is burnt, so it's a chemical change. Next, water freeze to make a ice cube is also a physical change. Then ice cream melting, it's a physical change, because here the state is being changed into solid into liquid. Rotting of fruits is a chemical change, because fruit is rotten, then we can't get the fresh fruit again. Then cloud forming in the sky is a physical change. Why it's a physical change? Because when the water evaporates, then it's form of water vapor, then it's condensed to form cloud. Now after a period of time, the clouds come down as a rain, so the process continues. Hence forming of cloud is a physical change. Then burning a log of a wood is a chemical change, because when a log of wood is burned, then the ash is formed. Then ash is a new substance that is formed here, so it's a chemical change. Next, it's a homework time. I'm giving you some question related to this lecture that we just did. Here you have to answer the following statement are true or false. First, when a candle burns, both the physical and the chemical changes takes place. Is it true or false? Second, anaerobic bacteria digest animal waste and produce a biogas. So you have to tell, is it true or false? Next, ships suffer a lot of damage though they are painted. Next, stretching of the rubber band is not a physical change. Then this is the reaction. You have to complete this reaction. I'm giving you the reactant side. When the iron reacts with the air and the water, it's form a product. So you have to write the product here. Next, copper sulfate reacts with the iron, so it's form a which product it's for. You have to answer this. So students, this is it about this video. Hope you understood this lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.